Welcome to The Now. I'm Ashley Jenkins.
I'm Mica Burton.
The dreaded Adpocalypse continues to ravage YouTube creators, and now is hit a rather unlikely portion of the community, the Call of Duty scene.
That's right. It looks like YouTube and advertisers have deemed Call of Duty too violent, which calls into question how streamers will be able to cover the biggest game of the year.
Or too realistic, maybe, something.
Right. And whether or not this will also affect their ability to play other, violent video games, which there are a lot of.
Or like Battlefield 1. So this report comes from Kotaku, who wrote about the growing conversation in the Call of Duty YouTube community about how many of their videos are being affected by some of YouTube's recent changes. Now, a number of prominent Call of Duty YouTubers are claiming that some major financial hits have come to their channels.
For those of you who don't stay up to date on the goings-on of YouTube and the latest thing that creators are up in arms about, the TLDR of the current kerfuffle over the Adpocalypse has to do with the new advertising standards on the platform. All that started in the last month or so thanks to advertisers leaving YouTube en masse when they discovered their ads were placed next to extremely controversial content.
Now, as a result, YouTube's added a bunch of new filters for brands, which allow them to just blanket opt out of entire categories of videos. That's actually not too big of a deal. It makes a lot of sense for advertisers to say we want to appear next to this stuff, not next to this stuff. All good so far. It isn't actually all that different from how it works with any other medium, but so far creators don't feel like YouTube is doing that great of a job of communicating to them why certain videos aren't making money and others are.
What? YouTube? Bad at communication? Nah.
I know.
That's crazy. All of that is leading to a variety of big-name creators leaving YouTube, or at the very least seeking other means of diversifying their revenue with things like, Patreon.
So get ready to dole out all the Patreon dollars. It's all a bit more complicated than that, but that's the basic version. Alright, so how is this affecting the Call of Duty scene in particular? Well, apparently any videos associated with the new Call of Duty World War II are being demonetized because the capture footage or the trailers or even using the name is being categorized as depiction of war.
War in a Call of Duty game?
Weird, right?
What?
I know, it's a far cry from space.
Wall running and killstreak awards and giant drones, just like real life, totally.
Supply drops.
Supply drops, all like real war.
Microtransactions.
So like real war. A number of prominent Call of Duty video makers like Prestigious Key, the infamous T. Martin, and Chaos X Silencer have all spoken this week about their ad revenue plummeting in the wake of the Adpocalypse.
YouTuber Prestigious Key made a video earlier this week about the issue, saying he noticed that any videos talking about Call of Duty World War II seem to be running into problems with passing YouTube's new ad-friendly guidelines. In that video, he asked, "Are games really looking that good these days that they think it's a real war I'm depicting?"
In another video posted yesterday, Prestigious Key revealed a test he performed on his channel, where one Call of Duty video with 100k views only made about $10, while another video about expired milk had half the views and had a lot less watch time, but made 4 times as much money.
Well, spoiled milk is expensive. T. Martin, now a lot of you will remember that guy, made some similar claims on Twitter this week, showing stats from 4 videos that totaled 750,000 views, 1.5 million minutes watched, and less than $100 in revenue from ads. Now, in that tweet, he said, quote, "The Call of Duty World War II boycott is real."
Another YouTuber, 402 Thunder 402, made similar statements in a video posted this week, saying his video views were up over 50% last month, but his revenue was down almost 50%. He also said the party is over.
T. Martin later added that people should expect their favorite Call of Duty players to move over to Twitch or change to more family-friendly games like Roblox or Minecraft, whatever, by pretty much the end of the month. He, along with others, have said they've had to resort to getting creative with their titles, thumbnails, metadata, all that sort of stuff in order to try to get around the guidelines.
According to YouTube's advertiser-friendly content guidelines, these kind of depictions of violence, even fake ones, do fall outside of ad-friendly content. One of the bullet points on that page specifically calls out violence including displays of serious injury and events related to violent extremism.
So Call of Duty, or well, any violent video game really, but Call of Duty is the one that we're currently seeing it with, does technically violate that, I guess, even though it's not real violence, it's simulated violence, which, it begs the question of how this could affect other games with depictions of violence in the future. It's no secret that video games tend to get a bad rap when it comes to violence. A lot of, well, frankly, a lot of them are like ultra violent and over the top, and that's kind of the fun of it. But it wouldn't be too surprising to see brands shying away from violent video games altogether, even though they all want the gaming audience, they just don't want the games that come with them.
That could see a handful of current popular games affected, like Counter-Strike Global Offensive, Battlegrounds, Grand Theft Auto, and so many others.
So many others.
So many. And also tons of future games like Red Dead Redemption 2.
Can't have cowboy violence.
You can't. God of War. That
Can't have God violence.
Violence. And Call of Duty World War II, which is war violence.
Can't have historical violence.
Can't have historical violence.
Unfortunately for these Call of Duty themed streamers, they don't necessarily have the same flexibility of other streamers and Let's Players who often switch between a lot of games. A lot of their channels are built with that game or that franchise in mind. Chaos X Silencer in particular said that for him, his fans come to see him play first-person shooters. It's specific.
Yeah, just like Noah J, he's known for being the Call of Duty Zombies guy. That's what he does. So does this mean that the YouTube party is truly over for violent video gamers? That's probably jumping the gun a little bit, but it will be interesting to see just how this plays out over the long term. Hopefully we're just in another downturn right now and YouTube will magically find a way to swing the pendulum back to the other side, you know, eventually. Because seriously, what are we gonna do with no Call of Duty no-scope videos?
Really. But hey, the Call of Duty community has at least something to celebrate. Let's find our silver linings where we can. Today, Treyarch worked with YouTuber JC Backfire to announce Zombies Chronicles, some new DLC coming to Black Ops 3. Yes, the Call of Duty game from a couple of years ago. Zombies Chronicles will apparently feature 8 maps from classic Call of Duty Zombies games in what the company wants to be some loving fan service.
Oh, loving fan service that you'll pay for, of course.
Of course.
Of course. But okay, jokes aside, let's hope that those who want to cover Zombies Chronicles don't run into the same problems that people are running into with World War II videos.
You know, it's interesting. YouTube, not great with communication just in general. There is now in creator dashboards like a little update on because YouTube does know that their creators are panicking about this. So there's now an update specifically to address that, like an FAQ sort of thing, saying that everything is fluctuating and will probably continue to fluctuate for the next few weeks as they try to adjust everything. And their advice in the meantime, they're not promising that it will recover to previous levels or anything like that, but their advice in the meantime till they get it figured out is just make sure you don't have crazy thumbnails or titles or content or really anything. So, you know, just be family friendly. Really,
don't do it.
Minecraft's coming back. What do you guys think of Call of Duty YouTubers getting hit by the Adpocalypse? Let us know in the comments.
For future updates on who the Adpocalypse will strike next, remember to like this video, and if you are new around here, subscribe to the know.
Hair in my face.
There you go. You got it.
It's not working.
Blame YouTube.
YouTube!
Always blame YouTube.
The Hairpocalypse.
Leaving YouTube en masse when they discovered their ads placed to when they discovered their ads placed